Battlebots 2022 season tapings have finally concluded, but the news has not stopped yet. We have finally heard info about the Battlebots Las Vegas live events occurring, and they will be happening on February 3rd. Not the November date like they originally intended, but still coming very soon as the Combot Collective talks about everything. We now know about these Battlebots Destruct-A-Thon live events here next. Stay tuned.
Enough energy to get in the flip on Combot. We're going to go all the way.
Oh my God! That's going to hurt. Grab the milk, Kenny.
Welcome to the Combot Collective.
Hello everybody and welcome to yet another Battlebots news episode here at the Combot Collective, bringing you everything you want to know from the world of robot combat, from the heavyweight class to the flyweight class, from Battlebots to the live circuit. And today, people, we got more Battlebots news, but not necessarily news about the upcoming 2022 Battlebots World Championship, which, like I mentioned at the top of the video, recently finished recording on the 30th of October. We now have a brand new Battlebots Giant Nut Holder and Giant Bolt Holder, Golden Bolt Holder I should say, and a few Giant Bolt Holders as well, all recently crowned, currently taking home their hardware as they begin their long journeys back. But we're now already looking towards the future as we now finally have some info about live events happening. The next step here on Battlebots' big annual calendar that they want to assemble as back in September during that Behind the Bots interview with Battlebots co-founder Greg Munson. The big man himself said that Battlebots was finally looking to take advantage of this permanent Vegas home, as then he teased the rumored Battlebots live event series at Caesars Studio, and he would say that these events could potentially happen as soon as November, with show-made and ready replicas of top Battlebots competitors such as Hypershock and Whiplash fighting one another in these events. Plus, Greg Munson would also announce intentions to have qualifying and proving ground tournaments of sorts for robots to try and play their way into the 2023 World Championship. Since these comments from Greg, Battlebots have been pretty quiet on the whole live scene side of things, and reasonably so. Like we said, the 2022 World Championships have been on everyone's mind, with the filming of the event going down just recently during the 18th to the 30th of October. Another taping and season, though, is now behind us once again, and everything we've heard from the 2022 Battlebots World Championship must have been a success, as according to the Las Vegas Review-Journal, the source of all of our info here, on October 30th, Battlebots did not waste time after the main season to announce the Battlebots Destruct-A-Thon, their first live tour series set to be happening early this February. That's right, a bit of a far cry from their original November goal, which was a bit ambitious to begin with, but still an event well on our horizon now. The first of what may be many Battlebots Destruct-A-Thons will be going down on the weekend of my birthday of all times, with the shows themselves all starting at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and happening on Thursday, February the 3rd, Friday, February the 4th, and Saturday, February the 5th. Tickets for these events will go on sale in just a couple of weeks from today on the 14th of November, with ticket pricing being much similar to that of the regular season of Battlebots, with deals ranging from the $49 general admission to the $125 VIP packages for these events, with no special 3-event bundle known to be available as of yet. And we've even heard some comments from the co-founders of Battlebots, Greg Munson and Trey Roski, along with former Robot Wars executive producer and current Battlebots executive producer Tom Gutteridge, who is helping along with this process. Trey Roski has gone out and said that he believes the live show will be a massive hit. People will love the carnage this kind of event will bring. Greg Munson has stated that Battlebots, unlike most Las Vegas theatrics, like magic shows or music or musicals, will bring something new every night, something different which will keep fans coming back. While Tom Gutteridge is also confident in the Battlebots live tour debut, stating that he is convinced the sport will find an audience in Vegas, which certainly makes sense being that the city is often titled the fight capital of the world. Maybe with these kinds of events we'll finally see betting happen in Battlebots. I would certainly like to see that. I guess we're going to have to see how that would play out. There are, though, some changes to fit the unique format which Battlebots have made here, which have really stirred the opinions of numerous fans online. Of course, these are fight cards just like during the regular season, which will, as it says on the review, go on for 80 minutes, likely featuring somewhere around 5 to 7 matches, but that's not the strange part. If you're going to be running mini shows in Las Vegas, you want to have robots ready to go for show after show after show. You're going to have to use these show bots. And apparently these show bots are going to be coming with some show drivers, as Battlebots has announced, get this, casting for actors to stand in as the drivers in these competitions. Battlebots will reportedly be casting male and female drivers, 2 per robot, and these actors will be not driving the robots, but will be standing in the driver's positions, we know, holding the remotes and acting and reacting as if they are driving those robots inside the battle box. The actors will also be interviewed after the fight and give their reactions to the fight which just occurred. So there's going to be stand-in phony drivers, and that's a bit strange, but I wonder how many of these fans in attendance will be convinced by these phobeteers, or on the other end, will wonder where the drivers they've seen and recognized on TV are at. I guess we're just going to have to see on that one, but we're also left with the question of who's actually going to be driving these robots. Will we see the actual drivers be driving them? Or maybe a small group of people like Greg and Trey, a crew of drivers, 1 for each robot? We have no clue right now. We also know that there's going to be interviews, but who's going to be asking the questions and commentating the fights? You can't hold Chris and Kenny hostage all year, so perhaps they're going to be bringing in some older personalities from the sport, or maybe some lower level fight analysts, commentators, and broadcasters in the area. But here are some things we do know. Some pretty good things, in fact, as we have some of the robots we believe are potentially confirmed for the Battlebots Destruct-A-Thon, and even some we've heard about being rumored. We already knew about the 2020 runner-up Whiplash and Hypershock, perhaps the best robot in the world today, being competitors in the live tour. But now, thanks to the Las Vegas Review-Journal, we have names like the 3-time Battlebots Championship runner-up Witch Doctor, one of the most beloved robots in the sport today, Florida's own Kraken, the 2018 semifinalist and legend of Battlebots, LockJaw, and surprisingly, the playoff reserve from Battlebots 2021 and the number 32 Battlebots ranked robot, but also TCC's number 111 ranked robot, Mammoth, rounding out our list so far. The Review Journal would also confirm the rumored existence of new Battlebots' own stock robots for the series of events, which will be used exclusively for the Vegas Live series. Now, of course, the big rumor we discussed in our recent Battlebots Walkers and Stalker video is that the legendary roboteer and creator of fantastic robots like Black and Blue, Ringmaster, Whoops, Crazy Susan, Marvin, Buster, and of course Duck, Hal Rucker will be taking part in creating a series of stock robots for these live tours. Certainly a great choice if the rumor is true, but there are numerous heads that we know of on the Battlebots team which have experience with roboteering, names like Trey Roski, Peter Abramson, Mike Jeffries, Greg Munson, Lisa Winter, just a few names there which could also be potentially making some wonderful machines for this event. I mean, hopefully not all the weight is falling on poor Hal Rucker's shoulders. People like Chuck Pitzer, maybe even Mark DeVitz would be fantastic to add to that kind of team as well, I think. It also seems worth noting while we're talking about rumors here that Battlebots is definitely leaning more towards the teams that are known for having the ability to keep a robot alive for a live tour series that may potentially have each specific robot fighting up to 10 times a month, assuming Battlebots' wishes are fulfilled. I could definitely see some other Battlebots teams known for being loaded to the gills present on the live event roster in the months to come. Machines like, of course, Hardcore Robotics 2016 champion Tombstone, the recent Battlebots Founders Award winner and fan favorite here at the Combot Collective Scorpius, or even the new super team on the block Seems Reasonable Robotics with their Flipper Blip, or of course our 2021 Battlebots defending world champion Tantrum. Or maybe even perhaps some equally well-prepared international competitors we've seen, such as TKO Robotics Flipper Lucky, or maybe even Robo Challenges Quantum, a robot built by a team whose main job literally is building robots. All these, though, are just hopeful thoughts for now, as I got high hopes for who just we may see compete in these live tour events. Another thing worth noting before we leave here is that we still don't have much info in terms of these proving ground qualification events that Battlebots and Greg Munson have talked about on the Behind the Bots podcast. We don't know anything about any entry area to sign up for these February events, though there are a few more months for those to happen. But you would assume Battlebots would need to put those signups out quick for teams, international teams, or even teams on the East Coast. They're going to need some time to prepare, get the time off to bring their robots, so Signups are going to have to go out soon. Watch out for those if they are going to happen. Otherwise, it looks like it's probably going to be all stock robots and replicas, at least for this first round of live tour, which would make sense as they're probably trying to iron out all the kinks before they go on out to open entry. We'll just have to see, but that's going to wrap it up here at the Combot Collective. That's everything we know about the 2023 Battlebots Live Tour, something that they're calling the Battlebots Destruct-A-Thon, and even some rumor and speculation there at the end. Don't mistake it for anything that's factual. But that's everything that we know right now. Thank you so much for watching this Battlebots Live Tour 2023 news video. I'm so excited to finally get some news about the Destruct-A-Thon. It's going to be exciting. Who knows if we're going to get footage of it. I'm sure we're going to get some footage on social media, Instagram, Twitter. I doubt Battlebots is going to be as tight-lipped about this stuff getting out on social media. In fact, they probably are going to want it to get out on social media platforms so people can see it in action. Get the word out, see the robot fights happening. Hopefully we can share some big hits in a future TCC news video, maybe share some of the results from these exhibition fights. Given from how they're looking to be set up right now with the actor drivers and all this jazz, I seriously doubt we're going to be considering at least this line of exhibition fights for the TCC overall rankings. We're going to have to see what other details come out about these events. Maybe if the actual teams are going to be driving these robots, we'll be factoring them in. But that's a big maybe with how it all stands right now. I doubt they're going to be pulling these Floridian teams like CE Robotics with Kraken or Busted Nuts Robotics with Witch Doctor out back-to-back again and again for these live events. It just doesn't seem feasible or logistical. But I'm going to quit rambling here about these events. Still a lot of details to come. We're going to be sharing them here, of course, at the Combot Collective in the coming months. So watch out for that. We're certainly excited. I am your host, as always, Sterling Brown. You can find me on Instagram at SterlingTXTG. And as for the Combot Collective, we have a Discord server in the description below. Please join that. That's where all of our upload news videos come out first. But we also have our Instagram and Facebook page. That's where all of our news posts, video posts go as well. Those are in the description below. Please give them a follow. But of course, here on YouTube, give us a like, comment, and a subscription. Ring that bell icon. Comment below what robots you're looking forward to see at this Battlebots Destruct-A-Thon series of events. And maybe just in general, your thoughts about the Battlebots Destruct-A-Thon series of competitions. I'm certainly eager to see how it's going to play out. Very experimental for the world of robot combat, but the step in the right direction. We need Battlebots to have live sports, and we're finally going to see it here. But that's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much for watching this Battlebots news episode here at the Combot Collective. More to come, more UK live event videos to come, more small bot videos to come, along with many other things. See you next time.
This was the Combot Collective. Find us on Instagram and Discord.